Sorry about that. 1 second, let me reshare my screen. All right, I believe everyone can still see my screen and everyone can still hear me. All right, 1 second. All right, thanks for that, Andrew. All right, thanks for joining everyone. I'll start by introducing myself, tell you a bit about myself, about the company, share a few slides with you, then finally give the baton to the facilitator that will be taking you on the journey if you are to enroll on this journey. Then finally, we'll open the line for question and answer. All right, so thanks. My name is Akin Oladeji, and I happen to be the founder of Learn with Pride. Learn with Pride is an IT training organization based in the UK, and the sole purpose of our existence is to help people that wants to transition from non-IT background or non-technical background into the IT space. So we run different IT programs ranging from project management, business analysis, Scrum Master, product owner, product management, software testing, data analysis, database administrator, database engineer, web development, just to name a few. So we run like 8 different practical IT training. And the reason why we're different is because we focus on what is important for you to know before you start applying for a job. We do not beat around the bush. And we believe in the theory of what is worth doing at all is worth doing well. That is why you will never see any of our courses that is less than 3 months, because we want to pass, adequate information to our students for them to know what they should know before they start applying for a job, you know. So when it comes to holding students by the hand, exposing you to what you need to know practically, getting your hands dirty, you're on the right channel. That is what we do. So that is about our courses. The Learn with Pride has been going strong for over 4 years now. And as I said earlier on, we are based in the UK, although we have students all around the world. We have students from Nigeria, from Ghana, Zimbabwe, Canada, USA, UK, all around the world, we have students, right? And over the last 4 years, over 20,000 students has enrolled on this journey of ours as well. You're going to see the stats as we go on in the session as well. So that's about Learn with Pride, right? About myself, I transitioned as well. My background was in accounting. I did accounting and finance up to master's level. And I was tired of what I was doing, I wanted a change badly. And what I stumbled upon was software automation engineer, and this is me coming from a non-technical background. And what I stumbled upon is a really technical background, as in it's very technical, right? But I told myself, you know what, I'm going to devote my time, everything within me into this process, and not only pass through the training, I'll ensure that I get something out of the training as well. I secure a job after the training, you know. And that was what I did, I embarked on a master class, like a 3 months program back then as well. And just to cut the whole long story short, I think 2 weeks after I finished back then, I secured my very first role as a software automation engineer from coming from accounting background. Right. And that is why I know that, with determination, anything you put your mind into, you can actually achieve. And I do tell my student, if I can do it, anyone with a great determination can as well achieve the same thing as well. So the whole Learn with Pride today started from that, singular decision that I made back then. So If I can do it, anyone can do it. If you have a great support, if you have a great mentor, anybody can do it. IT is one of the courses you don't have to go back to uni for another 2, 3 years because you want to change your job. Anyone can change, anyone can transition. You just have to find the right platform for you to do so. All right. So why are we here tonight? We are here tonight because of what we refer to as a masterclass. And the subject that comprises of this masterclass, we are talking about project management, business analysis, and Scrum Master. So it's a 3-in-1. Why are we combining courses together? I can say maybe 2 reasons. Number one, you know, for you to, when you finish the training, so that you don't restrict yourself to just applying for a PM role or a BA role or an SM role, you can spread your wings and fly. You can leverage on any of these skills that you already acquired and use it to apply for job. Meaning you can apply job as a project manager when you finish, as a Scrum Master, or as a BA. You can leverage on all the three. It increases your chances of securing a role faster. The second reason is some of the people coming on board, they've not decided which area they want to specialize in. They are still kind of, not sure yet. So for that reason, we want to expose them to all. So at the end of that, they will be able to say, you know what, I think I see myself more as a business analyst. I think I enjoy project management more. For that reason, I'm going to stay in the lane of project management, or for that reason, I'm going to be doing Scrum Master because I see myself more, meaning they've been able to make the decision after they've passed through the 3 trainings. So that is what we do. That is why we combine, all the courses together to ensure that, you get value for your money for those that wants to get leverage on all the 3 as well. So that is that anyway. So that is about myself, about the company, and about the course, the masterclass that we are here today. Why the rush to IT? Why are people, all of a sudden everyone wants to move to IT? It was before that everyone wants to go and work in an oil company, but now everyone wants to move to tech. It's because it's only tech you can get that family work balance, so to say. You can have the flexibility that you are looking for. It's only in tech that you can have the opportunity to be able to work remotely. It doesn't matter where you live, whether you live in Nigeria, you live in Cameroon. After acquiring the right skills and knowledge, you can leverage on that and use it, to start applying for a job outside, outside your own continent, so to say. So that means you can be in Nigeria and you can start applying for remote jobs in Canada, in Malta. That means whatever is going on in your own local country in terms of, oh, there's no employment, there's no this, there's no that, has nothing to do with you again. Why? Because you have added to your skills, and by so doing, you've increased your chances, to look, outside your own country and leverage on other countries and to secure a role, getting foreign currency as well, uh, in return. That is one reason. Flexibility as well, you can decide you have the time to take your kids to school, to fix your car. Not that you are not working, you are working, but you're just working smart, and that is it. As a nurse or as a doctor, you have to physically go in to do your job, whether it's 12 hours job, whether it's 9 hours job. There's no way you can work remotely, right? But when you work in tech, when you work whether as a business analyst or as a project management or as a Scrum Master, you know, you can afford to work remotely. And that has become popular as well since after COVID. Actually, that is one of the advantages that COVID brought our way, back then as well. It exposes companies to see the reason why, employees don't necessarily have to be at work before they deliver, you know. So why not? When you can leverage, when the sky is even the beginning, you can imagine how big the world is. All you have to do is to acquire the right skills and knowledge for you to be able to start competing out there. And that is how we are going to shape you. That is how we are going to mold you at the end of this journey. We believe what's it called? In the 50-50. So when you enroll with us, I do say this, it's like a 50-50 kind of partnership. We are going to do our own 50% by exposing you to the right skills, knowledge, giving you the platform to excel and, mentorship support. All these things will be provided to you. But on the other end as well, you have to do your own bit. You have to go above and beyond what has been covered in class. You have to get your hands dirty. When you're on the live project, you cannot take a back seat, and you have to sacrifice your time on a daily basis for the duration of the program. Why? Because at the end of the program, you should be able to compete with people who has been doing it in the industry for the last 2-3 years. And for that to happen, we need to achieve our own 50%. You need to achieve your own 50%. If we can both get to 100%, then the sky is just the beginning. Meaning you have to do your work as well. You have to get your hands dirty. You have to, configure your mind that for the next 3, 4, 5 months, you let go of some things. You have to sacrifice something to get something. Anyway, that is what we do, and that is what we represent as well. All right, don't let me bore you too much. Let's go through my slide. So why this masterclass? I said this earlier on, it gives you the opportunity to be able to work remotely from anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter where you live, whether you live in Nigeria, Ghana, Zimbabwe, South Africa, it doesn't matter. Why? Because the most important thing on this journey is you acquiring the skill. After that, sky is just the beginning, because you can leverage on that skill and start using it to apply for jobs in any part of this world. Any part of this world. Also, it is in high demand. Remember, you are getting 3 trainings for the price of 1. So imagine yourself putting all these 3 skills on your CV, right? Meaning you can apply for PM job, you can apply for BA job, or you can apply for Scrum job. It increases your chances. And also, I know people that are doing 2 jobs, 3 jobs together. Why? Because, there's not enough people to take up those roles. That is why this is a very right time, for you to come in, for you to get that knowledge and start tapping into the industry as well to get your own job out of that. All right, let's move on. Also, it's highly paid. So using UK as a point of reference, I'll say the average salary for these roles in the UK, if you're considering a permanent role, then you're looking around 50,000-55,000 in the UK. Imagine yourself completing a 5-month course or program, and you are able to land a 50,000 role, a 50,000 pounds role after that. Many are not getting that. Even in the UK, the average salary of majority, I can say 60% in the UK falls within the bracket of 18,000 and 35,000 and 35,000 pounds. And you, after completing a 5-month program, you are able to compete, with salaries ranging from 50, 55, 60,000. That is a lot of money. Or if you are considering a contract role, maybe a 6-month contract or 12-month contract, paying maybe average of £400 a day. If you are getting £400 a day, that is like £8,000 a month. That is still a lot of money. And do you know the trick behind employers now going to Asia or Africa to look or to recruit people? The reason is, say for example, a company in the UK, they know if they want to employ a contractor in the US rather, they need to pay maybe $700 a day as a project manager or as a business analyst. But companies are now looking for ways to save cost as well. Everybody wants to save something. Even if it's a penny, they want to save something. Now they are looking, outside the shores of their own country. That is why they are now looking to hire people from Asia or from Africa, because they know if they get someone from Africa, it won't cost them $700 a day. Maybe it will cost $150 a day. So imagine you getting $150 a day and you live in Nigeria. That is over 200,000 naira per day that you are getting, meaning 200,000 naira times 20. I don't know math too much. I believe that is in millions that you'll be getting at the end of the month. So meaning it is a win-win situation for both parties. The companies are saving and you are still making your money at the other end as well. So that is the main reason why, people, remote jobs are now common. Location is no longer a restriction when it comes to jobs like this, when it comes to roles like this. Also, in the UK, especially IT business analyst, and I believe IT project management are, they are part of shortage of skilled worker in the UK, meaning you can apply from your home country. And if you are good enough, they like you and they hire you, they will apply for a visa for you right from your home country to relocate. That is just an added advantage. As I said earlier on, now you don't even need to leave your country before you start earning in foreign currency now. All right, so what's the training roadmap? Let's take a look quickly. All right, so if you are to come on the training, or if you are to come on the program, what is the structure? So the training is for 3 months. So the practical training is for 3 months. And during these 3 months, you'll be exposed to project management, you'll be exposed to business analysis, you'll be exposed to Scrum during these 3 months, right? And also, not only that, you'll be exposed to industry standard tools as well during these 3 months. Tools that you use as a project management, tools that you use as a business analyst, and also as Scrum, because it's important. If you are claiming you know how to perform a project manager role, you need to know few tools to do that role. It is very, very important. That is why certifications has now become secondary, not primary any longer, because you reading and passing that certification doesn't make you a project manager or a Scrum Master, because how things are done in the real world is different from that book that you read to go and sit for that exam and pass it. What the book tells you is differs from how it is performed in the real world. So when you now go for interviews and start quoting, they ask you a question and start quoting a textbook answer to you, they'll fish you out that, this one hasn't done the job before, they'll fish you out. That is why companies, employers are now looking for experienced people over certification now. I'm not saying certification is not good, but it's just not the most important to I'll see many people, oh, I want to go and apply for social certification. I want to do social certification. Some people will even approach me and call themselves a Scrum Master. I say, you're a Scrum Master? He said, yeah, really? Where have you worked before? You say, I haven't worked. I just passed my certification last 2 weeks. You passing a certification doesn't make you it doesn't make you a Scrum Master, you know. But many people don't know why. It's because the way we've been brought up. You know, we've been made to believe that without certification, we can never achieve anything, you know, and that is a lie from the pit of hell. I can tell you that for free. Anyway, that's a talk for another day. After the training comes, the project. There's a slide missing there. So after the training, then you'll be involved on a 2-month live project as well, meaning the whole program is a 5-month program. The first 3 months will prepare you, expose you to everything you need to know. And the last 2 months is you working on a live project with a full team, full Scrum team. You know, you'll be working with the likes of the developer, the Scrum Master, the project manager, the business analyst, the testers, and all of you guys are working together to deliver a solution for a client. So when you start applying for jobs, going for interviews, you are used to how things are done in the real world already. There is no point for you to start cracking your head or, you know, lying at the interview. Why? Because you've seen it happen and you can tell them how it is done. That is what these employers are looking for. You can come up with different scenarios because you've seen it, you know, which will make it very easy for you as well. So those are the things that we expose you to on this journey. So after the practical training and the project, then comes the next stage of optimization of your brand. That is very important as well, equally as important as the training itself and also the project itself. Because when you can now call yourself that, you know what, I can actually call myself a project manager now, but you're not getting calls. No employers is reaching out to you. Why? You'll be wondering, I know this job, I know how to perform my roles now, but I'm not getting these calls. You are not getting these calls because you are not visible in the market. And when you are not visible in the market, nobody can see you. It's like you are hidden. When you are hidden, no one can see you until you come to the open before they can see you. And that is why optimization of your brand is very, very, very important. What are the things that will speak on your behalf before they even see you? You know, and we are talking about your CV, we are talking about your um, LinkedIn profile, especially when you are applying for international roles. You need to revamp your CV to international standards. Also, LinkedIn, you have to be in that space as well. Why? Because it has become one of the most popular places that recruiters now go to, you know, to look for qualified candidates. When all these things are done right, you'll be getting calls left and right. You know, you'll be getting messages on your LinkedIn profile. Oh, we saw your profile. Are you still in the market? Are you available for a quick chat? Things like that you'll be getting. Now you are visible. They can see you, you know. They can see you and they can reach out. When these are happening, you can be rest assured that, you know, very, very soon, you know, interview is knocking at your door very, very soon. And when you secure that interview, that is another important step that we assist with as well by doing interview preparation with you. So it is not only about you going through the training or going through our organization. We try our very best to ensure that we support you all the way. Because your success at the end of the day is also our success. So if you are able to land that role at the end of your program, someone will ask you from somewhere, you know, how did you do it? Richard, how did you do it? Because as at last month, I knew you were still doing a customer service, or I knew you're still working as a security officer. So how did you now transition from being a security officer to becoming a business analyst. People will ask you whether you like it or not. And that is where we come in, because you'll be able to say to them, oh, that you did your training with Learn with Pride. That is what we want, for every of our students to be able to testify, to the journey. That put a smile on our face that, you know what, we are doing a good job here. So it is not, even after your program, it's never the end. It's never a goodbye, because you still belong to a platform whereby you can interact with like-minded people who are already doing, maybe they're already in the industry, or they are looking for a job, because you need like-minded people to connect with, So we have a platform like that. We are trying to build a community that, you know what, even when you start doing this job, when you finally get this job and you need support, you don't have to rely solely on your facilitator, because your facilitator might be busy when you needed him the most. So you can leverage on community like this and go there and say, you know what, I'm stuck. I need to do this. I need to do that. Has anyone done it before? And you see someone from that group that will tell you, you know what, yes, I've done it before. What is the issue? And sort you out from there. The support. That is what we're talking about. It's there. The community is there. And there are loads of other things that when you join the platform, or when you join the academy, so to say, you'll be exposed to. You now realize that, you know what I'm getting is way, 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 way more than what I paid. Again, as I said, it's never a goodbye after your program, after 5 months, as you belong to different groups that can benefit the journey that you're trying to achieve. Why on this interview preparation? Let me mention or touch briefly other benefits that is attached to anyone who enrolled on this journey. So number one, you get the practical training, as I said earlier on. Number two, you get to work on a live project. We don't do capstone projects. Many of these organizations out there do capstone projects, meaning they do a made-to-believe project. We don't do that. We put you on a real project with a real client, for you to get the maximum exposure that is necessary. So that is number two. Number three, interview preparation. Number four, mentorship. Number five, we give you the support. Number six, all our courses, they are CPD accredited, meaning they meet the professional standard, and the certificate that you get at the end of the program is recognized in over 60 countries. So for anyone who enrolled on these 3-in-1 course, you are going to be getting 3 different certificates for this journey. And the certificate is not coming from us. As I said, it's coming from a body called CPD standards, right? Although you still get our own certificate as well, but the one that is recognized in over 60 countries is coming from a company, a body called CPD standards. And finally, we give you a work reference for the duration that you are with us, because you'll be working on a project, meaning you are working for us. The only thing is we are not paying you for that work, right? But we are more than happy to reference you when the time comes that you have worked with us before, for you to be able to get that job, So those are the benefits that is attached to enrolling on this program. All right, let's move on. So the company starts, as I said earlier on, from 2020 till date, over 20,000 students has enrolled on this journey. This is just a breakdown of how many students enrolled on the journey last year, half of last year, 2023. And the final one is just to show the overall of the percentage of how many of our students are currently working, which is 85%, 50 in the public sector, 35 in the private, and 15% are job ready, still hunting. And these are sample jobs that go online. The first one on your left is a contract role. paying between 650 and 750 per day. When you, let's just say 600 per day, that is 12,000 pounds per month. That is a lot of money. Many people would doubt themselves that, can I take this kind of role? Why not? If you don't try, you'll never know. You know, it's like going through a tunnel. You'll never know what awaits you at the end of that tunnel, you know, until you pass through that tunnel. And I tell you, people are getting this. Why can't you get it? The other one you can see is paying, again, 680 pounds per day as well. It's another contract role, right? The next one is a business analyst role, paying 500 pounds to 600 pounds a day. 500 pounds a day, that is like 10,000 pounds per annum. Again, that is a whole lot of money. And this one is a Scrum Master role, paying 600 to 700 pounds a day. These are all the roles. If you do your own bit on this journey, you know, as I said earlier on, it is not a magic. This is not a film trick. You know, what you see is what you get. Your input will equals to your output at the end of the day. So it is not, you know, there is no film trick. If you do what is expected of you, if you sacrifice your time every single day on this journey for the duration of the program, then you stand a very high chance, you know, of securing such a role. Because by then, just imagine you picking it up, dedicating 2 hours every single day on this journey, going above and beyond what you covered, what was covered in the classroom. Imagine how much knowledge, you know, you're going to have on the subject matter at the end of the day. That is it. If you can sacrifice that, I tell you, you can earn what I'm showing you on the screen right now. All that is required is your dedication, determination. If you can say for the next 5 months, maybe it's Nollywood that you have to stop watching, or Netflix, or you need to stop going out often, or something like that. You need to sacrifice something to get something. And after that 5 months, you can go back to normal. Everything can go back to normal. But till you achieve your aim, you need to sacrifice something. I can't start telling you how much I sacrificed during my own transitioning. Sleepless nights, sleeping inside the car, and so on and so forth. You know, there's a video, there's a podcast on that on YouTube if you really want to know my story, so that you won't think that this guy is just talking from, you know, just to sell his courses or something like that. You realize I'm talking from experience, and I'm talking from my own personal journey as well. I've done it all. I've done worse. You know, the jobs that you can never imagine, I've done them. You know, jobs like cleaner, security, driver, name it. I've done them all. So now think, when when I was going through that transitioning journey, I was ready to do anything to ensure that I achieve my aim at the end of the journey, because I was tired of what I was doing. If you can have that kind of determination that, you know what, this job, I'm tired, I can do better, I can aim better, you know, I can enjoy life better. If you have that mindset, then trust me, you conquer anything that comes your way. This is just minor. I transitioned from, imagine, a non-IT background to a very technical background, whereby I need to write code in programming language like C#. On this journey, you are not writing code. You just have to master your trade. You are not writing any code, but you need to master the trick. That is all that is expected of you. All right. Too much of my talking. Let's move on. All right. So one of the key tools needed on this journey is MS Project. But unfortunately, MS Project, there's no free version of it out there. You cannot try it out. No. If you don't have it, you don't have it. And you need it. It's like you going to the farm and you are not going with cutlass or, oh, how are you going to walk when you get to that farm? It will be useless, right? So that is why when I said we'll expose you to all the necessary tools that you need to know for before you go out there and start competing, I meant what I said. You can check how much yourself, everybody has got access to Google, how much you buying an MS project, how much it will cost you to have a version of that. In the UK, this is how much it costs. And you can see at the top of the page, the website as well, www.microsoft.com, blah, 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 blah. And you can see the standard price, $679. But this is one thing Learn with Pride is known for. Number one, there is no other company, training company out there, when it comes to prices, I believe we are one of the cheapest out there. Why? Because we understand we are not only serving the UK market, we are serving, everyone, especially those in Africa. Right. So the courses on a good day that are supposed to cost over £1,000 elsewhere, you can get it for cheap when you come to Learn with Pride. But you won't appreciate it if you haven't been somewhere else and you see the price they are quoting for you. That is when you appreciate you coming to Learn with Pride. For anyone who enrolled on this journey, we are going to be giving away this software to each and everyone. It's not a group one. We are going to be giving each and everyone on the journey this software. As long as you have that laptop, the software is yours forever. For free, you are not paying anything. We are giving it out for free for anyone who enrolled on this journey. You need it. You need to know it. You need to know how to use it if you want to work as a project manager. All right, so that is one of the benefits among many others that you are going to get. Imagine it's going for $679. All right. So if you are to enroll on the journey, this is the price we have this is the offer we have for today, right? We have 3 different categories just to be able to cater for everyone that wants to be part of this journey. The first one is what we call the starter package. The actual price for that one is £400, £399. But there's a 50% discount on it, which will make it £199. But for this starter package, you only get the training, the 3-month training. It only covers the 3-month training, nothing like project, But even on the practical training, you'll still be exposed to everything you need to know, just that you won't be involved on the live project, right? You'll still be given the MS project and all of that. So that is the starter package. The other one is the intermediate. The actual price for that one is $799, but with the 50% discount, you can get it for $399. That one, you get the 3 months practical training. You get the 2-month project. You get to work on the project. You get CV review, career consultation, and all of that. So you get that on the intermediate one. Then the advanced one is actual cost is $1,199. With the 50%, you get it for $599. So you get the 3 months practical training, you get the 2 months life projects, interview preparation. You get everything. Career consultation, LinkedIn profile creation, Upwork account creation, CV, LinkedIn and cover letter, then mentorship. You get all of that as part of the package as well. We try as much as possible to be able to accommodate everyone, no matter your circumstances. Once you have the will, there is always a way. That is one thing you should understand. When there's a will, there's always a way. So those are the three different packages we have. The next cohort will be starting on the 30th of March. That'll be on a Saturday. So the classes run 3 times a week. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Mondays and Wednesdays from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. UK time. But UK time will be changing, I believe, end of this month. By the time UK time changes, we go forward. That means it will be 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. UK time on Mondays and Wednesdays. And on Saturday, it will be 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. in the morning. So it runs 3 times a week, the training. The next cohort, as I said, starts on the 30th of this month, and we have 14 slots available for that cohort that will be starting on the 30th of March. All right. So if you are interested, if you want to secure your slots, if you have any questions you want to ask as regards the journey, the best number to contact on WhatsApp is the number on your screen right now. So you can send a message on WhatsApp to that number on your screen for enrollment and for any other question that you may have. And I'll be more than happy to answer all. As I said, we have 14 slots available, so you can save the number on your phone or you can take a screenshot of that number. It will be useful for you sooner rather than later. All right. And I believe that is it from me. Again, the next cohort will be starting on the 30th of March. We are ready to walk the walk with you, only if you are ready as well. But before then, let me take a pause and let me introduce the facilitator that will take you on the journey if you are to be enrolling with us to shed more light into the life of all these three as a project manager, as a business analyst, or as a scrum master, for you to have an in-depth knowledge about what each of them entails and for you to be able to make an informed decision as well. So without further ado, I'm going to be pausing for now and I'm going to be handing over to Tonayo to take it over from here. Thanks and see you soon, everyone. Tonayo, over to you. Hello, Tone, are you on the call? Hello, Tonayo, are you on the call? Over to you. I believe he's having a technical issue. Let's bear with him. Hello, Tone. You can. Yeah, over to you now, Tonayo. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can. Hey, I'm so sorry. Uh, just some technical. issues. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, yes. Apologies, there's some technical issues there. Okay, so I'll share my screen right away, and we'll get to look at what to expect during the entire cohort. And yes, we'll be able to take it from there. So I believe you can see my screen now.
Yes, we
So
can.
we are going to, let me just introduce myself. Briefly. My name is Towayo David. I'm for this course, and I do agile project manager and also a business analyst. And this is not as someone that is just tutoring. I actually do that for work. So what you'll be getting is experience from classroom and work experience joined together. So and as well share experiences on the day-to-day in the life of a business analyst. So these are the things that we're going to do. Is the right to tech area to specialize in project management, business analysis in environments. So I'm just going to briefly tell us about what project management is. I mean, it's how you apply knowledge and skills, to meet project requirements. So the entirety of what a project manager does is to plan, execute, monitor, deliver projects. And it's also to ensure that the projects are completed on time, within the scope, and around the budget. So you need great leadership skills to thrive as a project manager. You have to have a strong communication skills and time management skills. These are the things. So this is now what I want to do with this is not just to read you some slides. I want to tie those three things together so that I can understand the benefits. And I'm going to do that in a while. Let me just move forward and let's look at what the Scrum Master is. So understanding what a project manager does, also you must understand what the Scrum Master does. Now, when you say project manager, so project manager is very wide. So you could be a project manager in different levels. But the project management we're going to talk about is actually the waterfall, or what they call a traditional project manager. So who is a traditional project manager? They are project manager that manages projects that are structural in nature, maybe building of roads, architecture, designs, and what. So anything tangible and physical, if you are managing that project, maybe you're working in an oil and gas company, you're a project manager, and maybe it's a construction company, even if it's telecom manager, you're dealing with infrastructure. So that's in that. But when agile, that means the software environment, the project manager switches the art and wears what we call a Scrum Master's art. Even though you're a project manager, but you are a Scrum Master. And this is entirely different from what in the conventional projects, because it is software that you are dealing with entirely. And the way you manage a software project is entirely different from the waterfall project. So you're going to be seeing all those things as well. So what is Scrum or a Scrum Master that facilitates a Scrum team, right? So a Scrum team, you have a product owner, you have a tester, you have a developer, a designer. Those are the people you see on a Scrum team. So when I say developer, I mean software developers, tester, that means the testers, which Akin told you that it was what he ventured into, software automation testing. You have guys like that. You have designers, UX, UI guys, people that design, and those are the people you would be working with, and you are going to be what in a way you're going to be supervising those guys when you come to a Scrum environment, right? So what are the responsibilities? You'd ensure that you remove any obstacles. In a Scrum team, one of the greatest problems is who always have issues within themselves. You must be able to remove it. And now, not just within themselves, they have issues, with sponsors and organizations. All these things will come, because you're managing people from cross-functional fields. For instance, a software engineer on it probably be a boss of his own. You want to that person's speed, you want to manage it. Those are the things you do. And if you don't understand how to do it, you may have issues. Also, to facilitate Scrum events. What are Scrum events? They also call them Scrum rituals. That means there are things you must perform to ensure that you deliver a working software. It can be daily stand-up meeting, the daily the sprint review meeting, sprint retrospective meeting, all the Scrum of Scrum itself. So these are the things we're going to be looking at. I don't want to speak too much about it so that we just have an high-level overview of it. What are the skills that is needed? Servant leadership. You can see that both of them, both the conventional project management and the Scrum Master, you need leadership. So that's to tell you that at this level that you are, if you're a professional already, maybe transitioning from one field, you are the best. This is the best time for you. You have leadership skills in you, then you're great. Communication and problem solving. You have to have a great critical thinking ability, how to solve problems. Now, like I said, there's always issues around, so you must be able to be someone that is strong and be able to solve problems. And now these problems could be technical problems, it could be normal, physical problems within people. It could be anything, emotional intelligence related problems. Those are the things that you can encounter. Now let's go on. Because it's a triple course that you're going to be experiencing. The third one is that. So in business, understanding a business need. Now, business analysis, project management, Scrum, they are like triplets that work hand in hand. So if you find yourself having the knowledge of these three things, you'll be.
You are breaking up.
Yeah.
You are breaking up.
I'm breaking out. Oh, so sorry. Is it better now?
Not really.
Oh, okay. Let me try and get. Sometimes weather can be very funny and affect a lot of things. How about now? Is it better?
No.
Okay. I'm trying to see how to make this better now. Please let me know if you can hear me clearly.
We can hear you, but it's breaking.
It's breaking. Wow.
You can continue now. I think it's better now.
It is better?
No, it's not.
It's not. Okay. Let me just switch out let me switch to another internet. Is it better now? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, is it better now?
Yeah, it's better now.
Oh, okay. All right. So sorry about that. Let me just quickly let me just take a step back. I was saying that I wanted to tie project management, Scrum Master, and business analysis. I want to tie them together. And I said those three courses are triplets, that when you are strongly equipped with them, you can thrive anywhere, especially when it comes to projects. Now, look at business analysis. It involves understanding business needs, defining solution, and ensuring the delivery of value to stakeholders. So, especially when you are dealing with software projects, you need a business analyst to be involved from the beginning, because the job of a business analyst is to understand whatever a customer is trying to develop.
So the business analyst is the gap between a project sponsor or a customer and the development team. Because ordinarily, when it comes to the needs or business needs, certain projects, certain software engineers and testers may not have that understanding of how to handle it because they are technical people. They are technical people. So you cannot expect someone that is a technical person, to come and be sitting down with the customer. Not that they don't do it. Some of them, I've had a lot of people that are software engineers, but because they have training on business analysis, they are able to do that. But typical software engineers don't have that time. So you need a business analyst to bridge that gap, to come and explain what a customer said they want, and explain it in such a way that the software guys can understand it and be able to make a decision and develop something tangible from it. So what are the skills needed for this? Analytical thinking, very important, communication, and stakeholder management as well. Very, very important. So why do you have to choose these fields? It goes without saying, it's a dynamic and evolving field, right? This is a field that when you search for jobs nowadays, there are more opportunities in these three roles. Because if you work in the healthcare, it could be a project manager. You work in oil and gas, telecoms, you work in construction, even in banks now, financial institutions, you need project managers, you need Scrum Masters. Banks need Scrum Masters to facilitate development of software for them to run their bank apps. They need it. So also, it's high demand. Aki has dealt with all this, just to reiterate, and it has a rewarding career. Goes without saying. A rewarding career is awaiting. So at the end of the day, like Aki has said, we are going to be tying these three things together, getting a deep dive into it. And what you get also is a software for each of these courses. So when you do project management, like I told you, MS Project is there for you. You learn that software. I'm going to take you on that. When you learn the Scrum Master class, you learn how to use Jira. It's another software. Then when you come to business analysis, you learn Tableau. Tableau is a business intelligence tool. Every business analyst or even project managers ought to have those tools in their hands. So we have a lot of business intelligence tools. Excel is one of them, but Excel is is like the fundamental. But on high level, when you want to visualize data, you need something that is more powerful. That's why you have the likes of Microsoft Power BI and you have Tableau. So Tableau is what we're going to learn. Very interesting. We're going to be having a lot of learning sessions, assessments, and whatnot. So I wouldn't want to take much of your time. What I would just say is the right time is now. If you want to change and transition into tech, you are taking a good start if you are starting with project management. And let me say this, you do not need to learn how to code, because a lot of people always ask, because I'm transitioning into tech, do I need to learn any software language? If you have any software language that you know, great. But in these three things I'm telling you, you need no software language. You do not need any. As a project manager, you don't need any. Even though you work with them, right? You don't actually need to know how to code. But if you have done it for quite a number of times, you will see that you understand how these things work. You understand what the tester does, what the software engineer does, even though you may not be able to write a single line of code, and it doesn't matter. Your job as a project manager or a business analyst is high level, to provide leadership and tie a team to probably a project sponsor or a customer in that context. So that's all what we are going to be doing. That's going to be a very interesting journey. I take pride in my students that most of the time, after we finish our course, a lot of them can boast of different offers that they have. And I'm sure Akin has mentioned quite a few of those things. So I'm just going to leave it there. And I would expect to see most of us in class come the 30th of this month. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Tonayo. Please, if you have any questions, this is the time you can start raising your hands, and you can as well drop your questions on the chat as well. We'll be taking them one by one and try to find answers to each and every question. So you can start raising your hands if you have question. While you are trying to think about raising your hand, let me go back to what I've covered previously. Tona, if you can stop sharing, please. Let me share. It's going to be virtual. And that is to Oje. Because many people, Tona, please, if you can stop sharing. So it's going to be virtual because what we are trying to, one second, let me stop. Please give me 1 second. Let me share my screen. I believe everyone can see my screen now. I'm just trying 1 second. All right, so the first question is it virtual or physical class? It's a virtual class. And what we are trying to achieve with that is, I know that most of us on this call, we want to get remote jobs so that we can work at the comfort of our homes, right? And there's no better place how to get used to that kind of life. It's only, you can only get that through virtual training. And also, even you working on the project is going to be a remote working as well. you know you as a project manager can be in Nigeria, your software developer might be in the UK, the business analyst can be somewhere else, and all of you guys are coming together to work as one team to deliver that solution. So that's the mood that we want to get our students in right from the very beginning. um all right, so that is to Oje regarding virtual. Please, you can actually raise your hand. Let's hear, we are here to learn together, right? So let me hear people's voice. Let's interact. Taiwo, is installment payment allowed? Yes, for intermediate and advanced, you can pay twice. You can start with half payment and the other half can be paid within 6 to 8 weeks. That is if you are going with the intermediate and advanced. But if you are going with the starter, remember, starter is only for practical training for 3 months. Project is not involved. So for the practical training, it's a one-time payment for the practical training. But for the other two, you can start with half payment and the other half can be paid within 6 to 8 weeks after you've started on the course. That is to Taiwo. And I said the best number to contact is the one on your screen right now. If you want to enroll, if you have any question you want to ask, even after this session, you can ask that question via the WhatsApp number on your screen right now. Happy, can we pick the time for our classes? Because it's not a pre-recorded class, right? So unfortunately, you cannot pick a time for your class. We have a structure on ground already. And because it's going to be a live sessions, we have a fixed days for those live sessions, which are Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. But just in case anyone misses any class, we have all the sessions are recorded. And when you enroll, we are going to onboard you on our LMS platform where you can log in and have access to the recording if you miss any class. So that is what we have, the structure we have at the moment. And that is to Happy. Any other question from anyone, please, you can you can raise your hand. I don't know why people don't want to talk to me. Or you can drop your question on the chat. All right, the next question is, how about those who want to write SAT exam? Like Scrum, PMP, CBAP, will this training be sufficient? I'm sure, Michael, you must have joined the session late. I made mention at the beginning, most of us, I understand, not like I don't understand, but most of us, things are changing. And as we are leaning towards, you start hearing AI more now, the same thing goes to certification. And that's one of the mistakes we are still making till date, but things are changing and we should be able to change with it as it's changing. The most important on the journey or to get any role out there is your experience. And that is what we focus on. So our trainings will equip you. It's more like a day in the life of a project manager or a day in the life of a business analyst or a scrum master. What is expected of you to do when you secure that role? Your first day at work, what is expected of you? That is what we focus on. We focus on practical training. So for those that still want to go and write Scrum exam, Prince 2, PMP, you might still need to go and read separately for that. We are not a training provider that will say, you know what, let us equip you to go and pass this certification exam. No, we are not. What is the essence of passing those certifications when you cannot get a job with it? Because it's just paper. Companies want people who can hit the ground running. Companies want who can demonstrate that they've done this role or this job before. So it is no longer by the certification that you are getting the job. I just want to point that out. So the training will only focus on practicals, hands-on job training. So if you still need to write certification, you might need to go and read separately for that because it might not cover that in details for those that want to sit for any professional exam. If anyone is paying in Naira or local currency, how much is that for the master class? All right. So let's go back to the chart. So for the starter class, for just the practical training, that's 250,000 naira for the starter, for the 3-month practical training. For the intermediate, and I'm talking after discount. So the price I'm giving is after discount. For the intermediate, it is 500,000. For the intermediate, it is 500,000 after discount, but it can be paid twice. And for the advanced, it's 650. So starter is 250, intermediate is 500, advanced is 650,000 naira. Intermediate and advanced can be paid twice. Right. So that is that, and that is to Michael as well. All right. Any other question from anyone else? Yes, but you can message me and we can talk better on that. Advance is the last one. Yeah, 650 can be paid twice. Yeah, but in some situations we can accept 3 times. 3 times you can pay 3 times, right? Um, in some situations like that. Is there an opportunity for someone who is a starter and need an experience? Yeah, everyone Bola, this is coming from Bola. If you listen to my story earlier on, see, anyone transitioning, you have no clue, you have no idea about the other side. You've not done it before. You are a JJC. You know nothing, but you have the passion, you have the determination, you have the zeal. The hunger is in you that you know what? I'm ready to do anything, to take me from point A to point B. That is all that is required on this journey. It doesn't matter whether you've been working as a as a customer service for the last 20 years, or you've been working as a security officer for the last 15 years. What you studied in school or what you've been working as that you don't like, that you do not like, doesn't matter, doesn't come to play. The only thing that you require on any transitioning journey is your determination and that your zeal, your hunger for change. That is all you need. My story, I know not all I knew before I transitioned was debit and credit balance sheet, trial balance, and all of those accounting jargons. Sorry for calling it jargon, terminologies. Right. Those are what I knew. Despite the fact that I've never worked a day as an accountant or even as a junior accountant. And coming from that background, I transitioned to a very, very technical role that involves writing scripts in programming language. Imagine someone coming from an accounting background. You can only achieve that with your determination, with a great support, which the support I didn't really have back then. I had to do most of it myself. And those are the support we are putting in place now, for us to be able to serve you better, for you to get the most value for your money. So it doesn't matter, Bola, what you've been doing or what you studied in school. What matters is, oh, you know what? I've made up my mind. I believe I will excel as a project manager or as a business analyst or as a scrum master. I've done my own due diligence. I've done my own research. I could see my soft skills, my transferable skills match, my personality match perfectly to all these roles. For that reason, I'm going to enroll. And come rain, come shine, come any difficulties, come any challenges, I'm not going to back down. Instead, I'm going to continue to go stronger till I'm able to get my dream job out of this. That is what is needed, Bola. You don't need any previous background, because we are ready to take you on a journey. And that is why our courses are not, what's it called? Short courses like others that will tell you in 1 month. No, the list of any of our courses is 3 months. Again, because we believe what is worth doing at all is worth doing well. Yes, Michael, kickoff is March the 30th. Yes, August, you might be right, but don't get it wrong that you don't need to wait till the very, very end of the program before you start testing the water. Yes, the program is for 5 months. 3 months for the practical training, 2 months for the working on a live project. But even maybe as you are coming to the end of your practical training, you can start testing the water even before you go on the live project, for you to get used to the flow, to the vibe and all of that. So you don't necessarily need to wait for 5 months, before you start testing the water. But yes, it will run for till around August, and that is to Michael. And this is just to anyone who lives in Lagos. This is just um an a very important information for those that lives in Lagos, Nigeria. We are having a tech summit coming up on the 6th of April. That is in few weeks away, 3 weeks or thereabout away. You can go on our website, at www.learnwithpride.co.uk and click on the Tech Summit if you want to register. Trust me, it's a summit or conference that you will never regret attending. As I said earlier on, you need to mingle with like-minded people. You need to learn from those who has done it before. And we are bringing 5 different speakers, that they've gone through the same process, that they will come and share their experience and other things that will be discussed on the Tech Summit that day, So if you are interested, it's coming up on the 6th of April in Lagos, Nigeria. You can go to venue. It's in Lagos, Nigeria. Let's go there. It's in Ikeja, Lagos, Ikeja GRA, Lagos. Let me see if I can go to. Let me try and see if I can go to the website. So if you go to learnwithpride.co.uk, if you click on the Tech Summit, it will redirect you to another URL where you can register and you can read more. You can read more about the different. We have 3 different categories that you can register. We have 5,000 naira ticket, 10,000 naira ticket, and 15,000 naira ticket. And you can read the benefit of each ticket. And also you can see the speakers, the different speakers. You can read a whole lot on air. The benefits, what you're going to be getting, it's a whole lot. But so if you are in Lagos, Nigeria, it's coming up on the 6th. You can see the venue. That is the venue there. It's coming up on the 6th of April. So please, you can go on the website. Let me paste this on the chat. For those who are interested, you can go on that website and register. I'll be there live as well, and many others as well from the UK will be there as well. So it will be a good opportunity to, to talk one-on-one and ask your question as well. All right, let me take question from the chat. Michael, again, don't wait till 5 months before you start testing. Says Mr. Kochi, I'm not a coachy. I'm just one of you who has gone through the journey as well. So don't see me as no. I'm only trying to talk from experience. Experience is as they say, is the best teacher. I've done it. I've been there. I've done it, and that is why I'm saying what I'm saying. Right. That is to Michael. Right. All right. Any other question from anyone before we call it a day? Again, just to recap, it's a 5-month journey. The first 3 months will be for practical training that will expose you to business analysis, Scrum Master, and project management. And the other 2 months will be you working on a live project. Then the next cohort starts on the 30th of March. For you to enroll, the best number to contact is the number on your screen right now. So you can send a WhatsApp message and someone will get back to you as to how to go about that. Can someone with SSE certificate enroll? As I said, it has nothing to do with your background. Once you know how to use a laptop, once you know how to check your email, write a message, you are good when it comes to communication, vocabulary. That is all that is needed. I said that because you might be working with a diverse team. The people you might be working with might be, maybe developer from India, your Scrum Master from Thailand, If you need to be able to communicate with these people. So if you have those skills, communication skills, you have great communication, you know how to use basics on your laptop, that is, and your determination, that is all that matters. Whether you have SSE, gone are the days. I have a nephew who is, is a college graduate. He didn't go to uni. He used to be a DJ. He's still a DJ, part-time now though. He enrolled on the journey, right? And now he's doing 2 software automation testing jobs, you know. So as I said earlier on, that is why, we don't lean towards certification like that, because they are looking for people who can demonstrate that, you know what, I've done it. And these are the examples of when I've done it. If you can do that, your certification or your see, it is only, and I'm sure the mentality is changing now, even in Africa, that they'll be asking you what university you graduate with. Developed countries has nothing to do with what you study. Can you do the job? That is the question. If you answer yes to that, then the job is yours. That is why you see most of these managers in developed countries, they don't even go to school. Maybe what they have is high school, nothing like university and all of that. And they are your bosses. Why are they your bosses? Because they've got many years of experience doing the same job. And you are coming as a PhD and you are working under them with your PhD. So I believe even in Africa now, the mentality is changing towards, it's not only about those who finish universities and all of that can get job. Tech is not about, it's the only route that you don't have to go back to school for another 2-3 years and say, let me go and study business analysis, or let me go and study Scrum to become a Scrum Master. No. That is why you have these master classes to take you through the journey of, what you need to know before you start applying for those jobs. And that is why we are here as well. Certification I had before I transition, I did so many. I've got so many certifications as well, thinking that will open the doors for me, thinking that will break me through to my new career. But I was only deceiving myself. None of them. None. And the moment I acquired the necessary skills, the hands-on job training, up until the moment I stopped working 9 to 5, and trust me, I work with different organizations, different sectors, from oil and gas to banking to consultancy, education, health. No one has ever asked me to tender my certificate. None. And this is me wasting money on certificates, doing business analysis, PMP, Prince 2, blah, 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 thinking having those certifications will give me a breakthrough. It's not it's not about paper anymore. It's a good thing to have if you have the luxury of having them. I'm not saying it's bad, but they come second now, not not the primary aim now anymore. All right. Any final question from anyone before we call it a good night? And see you on the journey for those that will be joining us on the journey. Bola, for the very first time, someone wants to talk to me. That is great. You can unmute yourself and talk.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Good evening. Thank you for this opportunity. I've been trying to talk since, but I'm trying to make my baby asleep. So that's why I was unable to talk. The question I had earlier, is there an opportunity for someone that is a startup to have experience? So I think you didn't get the question right. So what I mean is that I've gone through some training on online, from Coursera. I've tried to read about Scrum.
Okay.
And also PM. So I'm kind of looking for an opportunity to have a working experience. So that's what I'm trying to.
Yeah, you know why that will not work? See, Coursera, Udemy, yes, those can give you the basic knowledge on what Scrum entails, but it is much more than that. Before we can put you on any of our projects, you must know how to use certain tools. And these certain tools, it's during the training that they are going to teach you, not during the project. So if someone is coming with the mindset that, you know what, I've done Scrum Master training on Udemy or on Coursera, I just looking for where to do project, you are going to struggle if I put you among the students who has learned how to use Jira for their daily job, who has learned how to use Microsoft Project. How are you going to survive in that environment? When it's time for you to do your own task, how are you going to survive on the tool that you haven't learned how to use? Do you understand my point? You can still unmute yourself. I could see you. You can. So do you understand what I'm trying to say now?
Yeah, yes, I get it right now.
So, yeah, so it is easier for us for you to do your practical training with us. Even if you don't want to do your project with us, that is fine. But it is difficult for us to pull you straight on a project because we don't know your background. We don't know what you know. We don't know whether
Yeah,
the tools we are going to expose our student with are the same tools that you've learned from where you are coming from.
yeah,
So if we
okay.
now put outsider with our student on the same project, then there'll be a conflict because they will tell you, oh, this is not how to do it. Oh, that is not how we've been taught, and all of that forth and back like that. And that is what we don't want. So it is always better to go through the whole journey. And trust me, Coursera way of learning, Coursera is different from us. As I said, we prepare you a day in the life of, these roles. It's just not for you to know the theories. No, it's the practical and on job training. That is what we focus on.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
No
I get
problem.
it better. Yeah.
No problem. Are you in Nigeria? Oh, you're gone again. All right. So, Bola, if you're in Nigeria as well, you can as well take the opportunity to enroll for the summit coming up in 3 weeks' time. Then we can be able to see and talk better as well. All right. Any other question from anyone before we call it a night? Any final question from anyone before we call it a night? Abolarinwa Dolapo, can the price be reduced for, I believe, for us that is in Nigeria? You can chat me up, Abolarinwa Dolapo, but trust me, the price I've given you, right? Compared to what the currency or the exchange rate is saying, you know, it's nothing but the best. But again, chat me up on the number on your screen, on the WhatsApp number on your screen, and we can talk better on that. That is to Dolapo. So yeah, you can chat me up, then we'll see how we can go about that. No problem. Any final question? Bola is second, I second Abola. Chat me up. That's the reason I put the number up. You can chat me up or personal as in one-on-one, and we can go through that and see what can be done. But trust me, for what you'll be getting, it's a best price. But again, just you chat me up. Olayinka, Nigeria is not smiling. It's everywhere. That is why I said, you know what? The money you are investing in yourself, by the time you acquire all the necessary skills and knowledge, might become what you start earning on a daily basis. Many people don't believe me. You know, if you invest in yourself, yes, it might be difficult, but trust me, even despite that, I've considered everyone with this pricing. It might become what you start earning on a daily basis, your investment. So there is always a return on investment. Whatever you are investing into your education, into your future, you always reap it. If you stay true to the process, you always reap it. What is the how much in naira, please? Olayinka, we have three different uh packages. The starter one is only for 3 months training. That is 250,000 naira after discount in naira. The intermediate after discount is 500,000, and the advanced is 650,000 naira after discount. So the intermediate and the advanced covers the project and the 3 months training. The advanced, you get everything: mentorship, you get the CVs, LinkedIn, optimization, Upwork, everything is included in that one. But again, chat me up and we can talk better on that and see what can be done. Hello, namesake Bola. Uh, Felix Alala, they are to believe. Okay, you've raised your hand. Let me hear from you. All right. Felix, let me hear what is hard to believe from you.
Hi, good evening. Can you hear me, please?
I can hear you, yes.
All right, thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. All right, well, I actually said how to, when you said, if you invest this much, then we're able to actually possibly earn almost the same. But then I mean, I was just being, being what?
Oh,
Actually
yeah. So
optimistic.
you are oh ye man of little faith. I know. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's hard to
my,
believe. I understand you.
yes.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, but you can never know until you pass through the journey, until you pass through the process. You can never know. So I'm not talking about, yes, let's say for those in Nigeria, it might be hard to believe because you might not see organizations in Nigeria that will pay you that amount per day. Yes, you might not see. But imagine a company that is saving cost and they know that you are good, you are equally good, and you can do the job. If they want to recruit in their home country, let's say the US, they are looking at £600 $600 a day. And they know they can save 450 if they come to Nigeria or Africa by paying you $150. Even $100 per day. $100 per day now is near, I'm sure, like maybe like 200,000 or almost 200,000 naira per day. Is that not a good deal for you? And they are saving $500 as well.
Yeah, I understand it actually. Thank you so much. But the other border that I have really, it's if you do this training for 3 months and do the whatever for the extra 2 months, I mean, when you're applying for roles, they want to see like 2 years experience. So would that 5 month training, offer us such experience to be able to apply for roles that are asking for 2 years, 3 years experience as a scrum
Good,
master or
good,
whatever?
good question. Because this session is being recorded, there might be limit to what I can say on the session. But just
Okay.
know that for every problem, there is always a solution. That is it. If you
Okay.
want to know more about that
Okay.
solution, you can WhatsApp or you can send me a WhatsApp message. But for every
Okay. On this
problem,
contact.
there is
Okay.
always a solution.
Okay. So I'm so sorry for taking your time. I was
No, no,
driving
no,
all
that's
this
fine.
while.
No, that's
Still
fine.
driving actually. All right. So I mean, so like I think Bola said earlier, Nigeria is not smiling right now. Okay. So even if we're trying to take that's the £1,000 last option. So is there a plan for now don't laugh at me, please. Number one, installment payment. Number two, is there a plan where I mean, we commit like say £700, then you start working, you start get on the training, they get a job, and you start paying back, the balance, like I did in the UK.
Okay.
Is there something like that?
No, because we are not that big, right? We are trying our best to satisfy everyone. And that is the reason for this, how much I can tell you for those in the UK, this amount I'm calling, you know, if they want to go and check it outside somewhere else, it's way over 1,500 or £2,000. right? So we don't have such an arrangement. The best we can do,
Okay.
the best we
Yeah.
can do is the installment, right? It's supposed to be two, but in some circumstances we can allow three. That is what we can do for now as
Wow.
regards that.
Okay. I probably chat you up when I get home. I mean,
No,
yeah.
no problem.
But,
Again,
but
if you are
sorry
in
for saying that
Nigeria,
again.
Felix, go and register and see me in 3 weeks' time.
What did you say?
I said if you are in Nigeria, go and register for the tech summit coming up in April, and you can see me one-on-one and bombard me with all your questions.
Thanks. I must have missed that. Is there a link on the? How do I get a link? I must have missed
Oh,
that.
are you in Lagos to start with? Are you in Lagos?
Yeah, I'm in Lagos right now.
All right.
Yes.
So we are having a tech summit coming up on the 6th of April. Right.
Okay.
You can go on this website. I'm sending the link on the chat again. So if you check the chat, I just sent the link. You can read more about what it entails. There are different speakers, 5 speakers coming to speak at the event on that day. You can see everyone on the website if you go there. And also, I'll be there live as well. So, yes,
Uh,
you can bombard me with all your
uh,
questions as well that day.
yeah, but this new cohort starts March 30th. Is that what you said earlier on?
That's correct. Yes.
But so I won't see. Okay. All right. I have to pray about this. Yeah. Okay.
God
I'm just
answers
thinking.
prayer. Don't worry, pray, and you know that God answers prayer.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. It's all right.
You're welcome, Felix. Thanks.
Oh, sorry. One more question, please. I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
Just thinking. So the first one is 199 pounds. Second is 399. I think I saw it.
Yes, that's correct. And the last one is 599.
Yeah. So
That is
so sorry, I'm driving. Um. Okay. I'll just chat. I need to drive. I'll just chat you up, please. So sorry.
no problem, no problem.
Yeah.
Chat
All
me
right.
up. I'll answer your questions. Don't worry.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Felix. All right. Pass more. Can someone fund with more so that my project of money on tech, that is another new thing. All right. I think that is all the questions. Hello, everyone. I want to start in Zimbabwe. You're funny. Dosu. Oh, this is the price on your screen. Uh, so the starter is 199 after discount. The intermediate is 399 after discount, and the advanced is 599 after discount. In Naira, the starter is 250, the intermediate is 500, and the advanced is 650. Intermediate and advanced, you can pay twice, but in some special situations, we can allow 3-time payment as well. All right, I believe that is it from everyone. Or if you still have a final question, you can raise your hand. But I trust me, it's an investment you won't regret, you know, because the benefit outweighs what you are paying. Trust me. Even if the economy is not smiling, it's the belief you have in yourself that whatever the hardship is going on, that is why you need to invest in yourself and add to your skills so that whatever that is happening in the economy is not going to affect you. We have so many people, some of my facilitators as well, that one said, I can never travel out. I love Nigeria. I said, why? Because he's getting his money. He is getting so much money in Nigeria, whereby many people are complaining about the hardship in Nigeria. We just have to pray that, where it's happening, God should show you the way. But one of the ways is by equipping yourself so that you can look outside your own outside your own country, leverage on other countries, and you can be free from your own economy that is not working. On that note, I thank everyone who attended this session. I hope one way or the other you've learned something out of this session. For those that will be joining us on the 30th, you won't regret the journey. I can promise you that. As long as you are ready to do the job, as long as you are ready to get your hands dirty, it's a journey that you will never regret. Let me give you a quick example before I round up for tonight. There was a guy, I think he studied agriculture or something in Nigeria. He enrolled on business analysis, right? He worked in a factory on the field, and he's been working there maybe for like 10, 12 years. He wanted the change badly, because he so tired of what he was doing, as a field, whatever that he was doing. So someone introduced him to Learn with Pride. And when he was giving his testimony, I got to know this a few weeks ago. He actually went to his cooperative, to borrow the money to enroll on the journey, you know. And when he enrolled, he ensured that he's one of the best in the class. And that is him going above and beyond, like what I said earlier on, that, this thing, I know I've borrowed the money. My money must not go to waste. Even if others are not ready to do the job, I am going to do it. And I think when it was on the live project, maybe he was doing like multiple roles because others weren't pulling their weight, so he had to jump on it. He finished his course in November 2023. He lives in Nigeria. Last month, February, he messaged me that he has gotten a role as a business analyst in Abuja. The economy that people are still complaining that there's no job, there's nothing. This is a guy coming from, his background has nothing at all to do with business analysis. And guess what? His very first day at work, he was even able to rescue the project manager on how to use Jira to create tasks. How did he know all these things? On the journey. Why? Because he put himself, he buried himself into that process. Things are happening. People are getting jobs. You should ask yourself, it's like Usain Bolt when he's running. He's running his own race. He doesn't care about who is beside him. All that matters to him is, you know what? When they blow the whistle, I'm going to come first at the other end. So no matter what is happening in the economy, if you can tell yourself that, you know what, no matter what, it's not going to be hard for me because this new skill I'm learning, I'm going to use it to do wonders. And you'll see what happens. But before God can even help you, you need to help yourself. And that is it. So I thank everyone again for taking your time to attend the session tonight. Hopefully you've been able to gain one or two insights into the journey. But trust me, you can do it as well. So for those that'll be joining us on the 30th of March, you will not regret your journey. For any question, enrollment details, anything at all, message me on the WhatsApp on your screen and I'll be more than happy to respond to all the messages. From me to you, I say a big thank you. Stay safe out there and enjoy your weekend. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.